So I have been struggling with anxiety and people pleasing and perfectionism for basically my entire life. And recently I learned a really helpful skill from my therapy called naming and noticing. It basically adds the word I notice I'm thinking that, or my mind is saying that, or my body is feeling that to the beginning of a thought or feeling. And that really helps me to not give that much power to the anxiety anymore. So, for example, I can have a normal conversation with a colleague, and that to anybody else can just be a typical conversation, but my over analyzing mind would be like, afterwards, you didn't do a good job, you are not a kind person, you should have said more kind things, maybe you should have done this better, and now she's not gonna like you, and then you still have to work together. So you can see my mind is basically spiraling, and this happens a lot. So instead of like having to struggle with the thought, this skill, naming and noticing, basically is like this. I would notice that my mind is spiraling, and then I would try to drop into my body and be like, wow, there is a lot of tension. There is a tightness around my throat, there is tightness around my gut, and there's a lot of heavy thoughts and feelings involved. And I noticed that I'm thinking that I should have handled the conversation better. I noticed that my mind is saying that I'm not a good person. My mind is saying that I should have been more kind. My mind is saying that um, I will no longer be friends with this person because of this one conversation. My body is feeling tense and tight around this area. My body's having these tense feelings around my throat and my gut. And even as I'm saying it right now, I can feel that release from the tight grip of the anxiety emotions or the thoughts in my mind. And it just gives me a little bit of space to separate me from my thoughts and feeling. So then I don't have to debate with them or figuring out, like, is it true? Is this a positive thought? Should I change you into a positive thought? Like, I'm not all involved in the thought. I'm having a little bit of space with the thought or feeling. And that just helps me to be with them in a more easier way, in a lighter way. I can hold those thoughts and feelings and they can still be present in my mind. Like, I don't need to push it out. I don't need it to be gone, but I can just have them there without getting involved in them and completely absorbed by them. So give this a try, and I hope this helped.